Welcome back to Here to Stay TV, brought to you by BridgeStreet.com. I'm here with Peter Heule. He's the CEO of Concierged Apartments, Yays Concierged Apartments. A lot of names here, a lot of confusion. We're at IHAF. It gets very confusing. So Peter, one of the things that I find really interesting about what you're doing is your whole approach to creating properties. Mostly designers, developers, they think about the building and take that inside approach, only what's happening inside. You're much more, it's going to be about the neighborhood and then making the property a complement to it. How did you arrive at that, and how are your products different when you take that point of view?
Yeah, nice question. We are coming, or me as a person, from the hotel industry. And I've done hotel school, learned a lot of lessons, and we learned, look at the building. So you have to look at the amount of square meters you have in a building, you have to build in F&B departments and make your money within a building. And I think from the way we are now living, that's really old-fashioned. So I think it's time to take the hotel, the old industry, turn it upside down and see what the real value of a hotel is. Why do a hotel exist? And I think it's just a place where people want to stay 1 or 2 days. And in our concept, where we don't talk about hotel but about serviced apartments, or actually concierged boutique apartments, it's about having people over for 6, 7, 8, 9 days, and then suddenly this guest is not a guest anymore, but he becomes like a resident for a while, and this resident has completely different wishes and demands from a building than somebody that stays for only 1-2 days.
That makes a lot of sense, because when you stay for an extended period of time, that 6+ day stay, you really want to experience the community with what you're in right there. You want the restaurants, you want the nightlife, you want all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, true, definitely true. And when you go to a city and you really want to experience it, and of course a lot of companies now say live it like a local. Right. I tend that we are going to make it one step further. It's not living like a local, it's becoming a resident for a while, which is slightly different. And then you suddenly say, don't build a bar and a restaurant within your concept, just make the whole neighborhood your concept. So suddenly this cafe and bar around the corner, that they are your restaurant and cafe. Yep. And then suddenly the neighborhood become your partners, and you don't have complaints anymore. The whole neighborhood, they like your concept, and they are completely behind your concept as well.
It's interesting to me because it's really an aha moment, because we're trained to think as hoteliers in such a specific way. How did you liberate yourself from the thought to reinvent that paradigm?
I think it started when I was general manager of a famous hotel chain. I will not say the name, but a big famous American hotel chain. And what I found really difficult all the time when I passed the reception desk, and my staff members, although trained well, on every question of a guest, for instance asking where is a good restaurant, they went to Google, type in good restaurant. And in my perception, that's something what hospitality does not stand for. Suddenly, when you change it around and you have this serviced apartment concept, you hire people from that neighborhood and you let them address the local stores around them, which probably are from their friend or their nephew or their cousin or whatever. They are showing off with their own knowledge, right. And they feel part of the neighborhood. The restaurant and the bar owner also feel part of your hotel, and suddenly you have this nice synergy.
I like that approach. We're in a world where everyone's looking at their computer screens, right? And I rely on Yelp when I travel, but honestly, I'd love to have the trust of somebody that's in the community, that knows the community, that's a real face to me. And I feel like that's a great opportunity to connect better with the guest, have them create a memorable experience, and then they'll become much more loyal and stay with that property or another one of yours.
True, that's it. And moreover, if you don't have a restaurant and bar, your staff members don't have to sell off on your restaurant and bar with a 5% off coupon or whatever. They just can send you as a guest, as a resident for a while, to the best place in town.
Excellent. Makes a lot of sense. Stick with us. We've got a lot more great content to come. I'm Glenn Haussman, and this is Here to Stay TV.